The QK65, one of the most talked about keyboards of 2022, has a new challenger. Enter the JRIS65 by a new design studio, JRIS Labs. Let's see if it can come close to what the QK65 mastered. I can tell you right now, some things are subjectively better and some things are not. Let's talk about it. Hey y'all, welcome to Clackbait. Now before we start, I gotta get this name out of the way. Initially, the board was called the JRIS65, because from JRIS Labs. But after getting some of the design and weights already manufactured, they then realized that there was already a keyboard called the JRIS65. So I'm guessing they just looked at the weight and said, hey, that I kinda looks like a J. Thus the name JRIS was born. Freaking nuts. I'll try different pronunciations throughout the video. Let me know which one you think sticks. All right, time to get to it. Let's see how it sounds. Let's see how it feels. Let's start the build. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that B-roll. If you did, go ahead and consider hitting that subscribe button and joining the Clackbait family. So the JRIS65 is a 65% custom mechanical keyboard that aims to go after the masses with a ridiculous starting price of $155 US and can go all the way up to $240 depending on the weight and finish that you go with. It utilizes a gasket structure that mounts from the PCB instead of the plate, which also allows for a plateless build as well. For the gaskets, they used the tried and true gasket socks and also included gasket jackets, making it super easy to install. Now the group buy dates start September 27th and ends October 3rd and will be limited to only 2,000 units worldwide. The shipping fee direct from My Key Club will range from $30 to $40, and they'll also have local vendors set up to help with shipping fees. However, you can expect a higher price for the board due to import taxes and exchange rates. Yeah, it gets really complicated to buy a keyboard sometimes. So the JRIS65 will come in a multitude of colors and weight combinations, including navy black, maroon black, yellow black, titanium gray black, e-white black, pink, yellow, black, milky white, and e-white. The weights are gonna come in a chroma PVD, a gold PVD, silver PVD, black PVD, gold aluminum, silver aluminum, and black aluminum. So there's a lot of options to select from. Now included in the JRIS65 kit will be a full CNC aluminum case with the weight of your choice, a PCB in either hot swap, soldered, or Bluetooth, and for plateless, you wanna go ahead and get the soldered PCB. I got a palm plate, but you can also get an option for a polycarbonate, FR4, or aluminum plate. You get a Type-C daughter board with the JST cable, IXPE foam, 2 pour-on plate foams. One is the standard thickness for your plate build, and another is a 5mm thick foam for the plateless build. Unfortunately, they only sent me the 5mm, so I'll make that work for now. You get 2 layers of pour-on case foam, masking tape if you want to do the tape mod, 10 gasket jackets, 20 gasket socks, 1 set of PCB shims, which I didn't receive, 1 set of foot pads, and then you'll get 2 things that they call gifts, a Type-C coiled cable and a carrying case. So in my opinion, I think the case for the JRIS65 has a slight edge over the QK65. The board uses a full CNC aluminum case for the top and bottom case, whereas the QK65 uses stamped aluminum bottom to reduce the price. The PVD stainless steel weight looks really nice, and I like the continuation of it on the upward angle of the bottom case. So you're essentially getting 2 weights with this board. The PVD is finished nice. I scratched mine because I forgot to install the feet and dragged it around the table a little bit while I was building it. So make sure to always install your feet first. Now the ano is really nice, and overall the quality is a real winner for the price point. Now this is a screwless design, meaning there are no visible screws at the bottom, but they are inside the case. One thing that pleasantly surprised me was the internal screw design was actually executed well. A lot of these type of designs require you to not only remove keycaps, but also the switches. You still gotta remove the keycaps to get to them, but they're designed well enough to not have to remove the switches, and that's a big dub. Overall, I think this board has a slightly more premium look than the QK65 due to the PVD weights. As far as the overall aesthetics, it's totally preference. The QK65 has sharper lines, and the JRIS is more rounded. You can't go wrong with either. Now the typing angle is 6 degrees with a 21mm front height, slightly higher than what I would have liked, but is comfortable nonetheless. Fully built, the board comes in at 3.61 pounds. So the typing feel is overall really bouncy and a pleasure to type on. I found that there was more flex in the JRIS65 than the QK65. You can use all the foams and there'll still be a nice soft typing experience. I recommend using the plate foam and one layer of case foam instead of the two if you plan on living that foam life. There are, however, a couple of issues. There seems to be a little bit of interference when you press down on the left arrow key. You'd have to press down pretty hard, but it's something I wanted to point out. There is a fix though, and more on that in just a bit. So overall, I'd say the sound of the board is comparable to the QK65, but slightly quieter in the alphas. And the mods sound pretty good. I have 5 builds to share with you guys. Yeah, who loves you? Make sure to check my comments on each one as I walk you through the progression of where I found the biggest issue and how to correct that. The switches I use for today's build are the Moon switches, which are available at Agile. These are hand lubed and use the same manufacturer as the matcha lattes and the red jackets. I will say there still is a little bit of spring ping, so you will have to open it up to get that out of the way. Link and the code are all in the description. Now the first build has plate foam only. I found this sounded pretty good, but I was picking up a bit of hollowness in the case, but more importantly, there was a bit of case ping as well. Check it out. Now next, I decided to throw in one layer of case foam to see if that helped with the hollowness and the case ping. The hollowness was pretty much gone, but I was still picking up case ping, which sounded really metallic, especially in the keys at the edges of the board. Take a listen. So next I decided to go foamless, and to my surprise, the JRIS65 did well without any foam, performed much better than the QK65 did. Roll it. So as you can tell, the case ping was really evident in the foamless build, so I decided to go ahead and do the force break mod. If you're not familiar with the force break mod, it's when you apply a small bit of tape close to the screw points of the board to add a small cushion between the top and the bottom case. These are the points that I chose to apply a bit of gaffer's tape to, and it made a world of difference. Check it out. Yeah, it really helped with the case ping quite a bit. I would strongly recommend anyone picking up this board to go ahead and force break it. You'll pick up quite a bit of ping without it. After applying the force break mod, go with whatever foam or no foam setup you want, and I think you're gonna be really happy with the sound. Now, if you want to increase the volume of the alphas, throw in the IXPE sheet and you should be good to go. I went ahead and did a final build just for you guys because I know there's gonna be a lot of people wanna hear what this sounds like with the PE foam sheet. So here you go. So which one is better? The JRIS65 or the QK65? Honestly, they both have areas they excel at. I like the QK for its sharp angles and enjoy its sound profile a bit more. Also, QWERTY Keys does have all the expertise that they bring down from OWL Labs into their boards, making it a solid and reliable experience. Now the JRIS has a prettier PVD weight, a typing feel that's a bit softer, and has an option to go plateless. Overall, very strong effort from a first-time board designer. Hopefully they can execute this group buy correctly, and I'd love to see what they have next in the future. Either way, you won't go wrong with either board. It's just nice to see more options hitting the market at this price point. That's all I got for you today. Drop the likes and subscribe if you love the content. More reviews are on the way. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Peace.